If I said to you meal prep, you'd probably think, what a ball ache. But today I'm going to show you how you can go from this to this. So a lot of people, my clients included, have a lot of excuses for not eating well.
I don't like to cook, and I use the excuse that I work long hours so that I don't have
But rather than ask the type of clients that I work with who are super busy to start making meals from scratch, with perfectly lined up Tupperware boxes for the gram, with ingredients that are ridiculous, like cacao shit out of the arse of some Amazonian monkey or whatever. Nobody's got time for that, right? So with the advent of meal prep, meal recipe kits, even restaurants now, right, are sending out boxes where you can make stuff in your own home that's really quick and simple. The only downside with a lot of these is because they go on the government guidelines for example, recommended daily amounts of protein, which we all know are bullshit, by the way. That means that they don't often fit the nutritional requirements that we need. So today I'm going to show you a really quick and simple way of adjusting some of these recipes, or this recipe in particular, so that it is better for you from a nutritional point of view. So on trial today, we've got Simply Cook. So you get this really cool little box through the post with all of the recipe cards and 4 different recipes in it that you can either choose on the website or you can just get them to send you random ones. And you get these really cool recipe cards with it. Today we are going to be making Firecracker chicken noodles. So the cool thing about Simply Cook is you can come to the website, or in fact you can download the app and do this on the app. I'm just showing you on the website because it's easier. You can search for what you're making. There's mine there, Firecracker chicken noodles. And if you are one of those super organised people who likes to plan your meals, or like most of my clients who are just super freaking busy and don't want to piss about at the supermarket, you can just buy the ingredients online. So there's the shopping list. Yes, I shop at Waitrose because I'm a Waitrose wanker. Just click on add to basket, and obviously you can add other things in here if you want, and then it will take you to your online shopping login and you can just buy everything there, which is a really cool feature and will save you a lot of time. But the reason I've come on to the website is obviously I want to know the calories and the macros of what I'm making. So I'm going to go to allergens and nutritional information, and there you can get the nutritional information of the kit so that you can add it into MyFitnessPal, because often they're not actually already there. Okay, so to show you exactly what I mean, the first thing I'm going to do is enter the recipe exactly how it is on the card into MyFitnessPal. So as you can see, I already went onto the website and entered the recipe kit. So I've already got the nutritional information for that. So I'm just going to go in, edit, and add the rest of the ingredients. Top tip, if you are in the UK, if you want to filter out all of the entries, if you want to filter out all of the entries with American measurements like cups and ounces and stuff, then if you put in a supermarket brand name, so I put in Tesco, it will give you all of the UK measurements, so it makes it much easier to enter into MyFitnessPal. So that's the chicken thighs. So we are now going to put in the medium egg noodle nests. Search for that. So I'm going to go for the Blue Dragon one because on the recipe card it's in nests rather than the grams. And then we're going to put in the baby corn and mange two. Rodney, mange two. And we've got it there, a Morrison's one, 1.75 grams. So in that goes. And then we're finally going to put in the spring onions. Tesco spring onions. I'm a Waitrose girl, but it takes longer to type Waitrose than it does Tesco. And we are just going to put in that one there because it allows me to put in 4. So you can see there that we've got the nutritional information, and if you made this as they suggest, it's not the end of the world, right? Okay, so now I'm going to talk you through how I'm actually going to change the recipe to make it a little bit more personalised for me and my nutritional needs. So first of all, I'm going to go into my recipe and click edit. And I'm going to add in breasts. I'm not using thighs because chicken breasts have more protein in them and I just prefer the taste of the meat. So I'm just going to put in Tesco chicken breast. And also, rather than use, a thigh which is probably, I don't know, 100 grams if that, I'm actually going to use 500 grams of chicken for 2 portions. Find a decent, here we go. So I've used 500 grams. And then, obviously on the recipe it says chop, mange two and all that shit, right? No one's got time for that. What you want to do is just buy a ready-made stir-fry mix. Waitrose darling, of course. And the best bit is I can actually, if it'll let me do it, scan the barcode. And it's actually 300 grams. So in that goes, that's easy enough. Don't forget to always scan in the oil that you use. A lot of people forget that. So I'm going to use, I think, about 10 ml of oil for cooking in. So in that goes. Next, they suggested that you use egg noodles in a nest. I prefer something with a little bit more protein. So I'm going to be using these Waitrose, of course, lentil protein noodles. So again, scan those in. Quick and easy, we're going to use the whole pack because we're making 2 portions. And then the only thing I will be bothered to chop because I really freaking love them is peppers. So again, I'm going to add in a pepper. Can even scan this, look, she says, as it doesn't work. There we go. 1 red pepper. We've got the spring onions, obviously. Spring onions. Let's go for 50 grams. And then, because it's just a really easy thing to add and it's got loads of nutritional value, I am also going to add some spinach. Basically add spinach to everything. That gets scanned as well. And I'll probably end up putting about 30 grams of that in there. So now, as you can see, it has got a few more calories, but it's also got 73 grams of protein. And you know I love my protein. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. We're going to cook this shit up. So I've got the Firecracker noodles box. So we've got Firecracker seasoning, tamari and miso sauce, and Firecracker hot sauce. So the first thing we need to do is put the Firecracker seasoning on the chicken. So, I've got my chicken in this bowl. Just going to put it over here. Now I'm just going to give the breasts a good fingering. Massage them gently. They really like that. Perfectly seasoned breasts. Right, so the first thing we need to do is cook the chicken. So I'm just going to slowly drip some oil into the pan. Turn the heat up. Biggest fucking wok in the world. And then slowly add in your breasts. Use your kitchen implement that looks a bit like a spanking paddle to show that chicken who's the boss. So now we've cooked all the chicken off and that is in a separate bowl. We need to use the wok. It's now time to add all the veg. So first we're going to chop the spring onions. Make sure they've got good length. Right, so now I've chopped my lengths. It's time to add all the vegetables. Now at this point, Simply Cook tells you to put in another tablespoon of oil. But we don't need to do that because there's already oil in the pan. So I'm just going to use a bit of fry light just to stop everything from sticking. Let's whack the heat up again. And I'm going to add the whole pack of veg, which has also got edamame beans in it, by the way, for extra protein. Love protein. And then spring onions and peppers. As the name suggests, I'm going to stir fry that for a couple of minutes. At this point, according to Simply Cook, you should also be boiling your noodles, but we don't need to do that because we are Waitrose wankers and we have the lentil protein noodles. Now, it says on the pack that you can put these in the microwave, but I'm just going to chuck them in the wok with all the other shit. Okay, so next to the veg, we're going to add the miso paste. Put that in. Totally fine if you want to use a spoon to rim around the edge to get it all out. That works. So next we're going to add the noodles. You just sort of caress them out of the bag. Okay, so next we're going to add in some spinach so that it wilts down nicely. Wilts down nicely, I never fucking say that. Not deliciously fucking Ella. Right, and then put in the green bits of the spring onions and the hot sauce, which you have to say like that if you're using hot sauce. In it goes. Bit of rimming again. Perfect. And finally, we are gonna caress the breast again and add all that back into the pan. And now it's all done, so it just remains for me to add the wanky little garnishes that I like to use. So we're gonna put in a squeeze of lime. I'm gonna chop some of this coriander and I'm gonna add some cashews and sesame seeds to the top. Okay, so another top tip for you, if it is not only you in the house who's eating and you don't know if you're gonna have two equal portions, this is a super simple way of figuring out exactly what the macros are on how much you eat. So take a scales, get a bowl and tear it so it's on 0. Next, take your whole dish, might need a tea towel for this, and pour the whole thing into the bowl. Okay, so the whole thing weighs 1165. So I'm going to take my phone. So I go back into the meal and I press edit And when it says servings, I'm going to change that to 1164. And that means that it's going to give me the nutritional information per gram. So if I save that, when I come to log it in my diary, if I say that I'm going to have, say, 500 grams, I know that that's going to give me the exact nutritional value. So this is super useful if you've got people like your other half. I know my other half comes in from a hard day of filming and he often just helps himself to whatever's in the Tupperware, and then I don't know how many portions are left. But if you use this, then you'll always know. Come on now, Louis. It's getting cold. So there you have it. In today's video, we have showed you why meal prep doesn't have to be a ball ache, how you can use recipe boxes and subscriptions to make it easier, and how you can change those recipes to make them fit your macros. So that's it from me and Louis this week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video, and come back every weekend because I post a new video. I will see you then.